Hi, my name is Cece and this is my badass life. Today we are talking about colonoscopy prep. As a colorectal cancer survivor in surveillance, I have to have 5 colonoscopies in the next 5 years. This one is 2 out of 5, so I'm almost halfway there. And as most people know, colonoscopy prep isn't always pleasant. In fact, that's most of the reason why people opt not to have colonoscopies, because they don't want to have to go through the prep. But I am here to tell you that colonoscopy prep and the expense of a colonoscopy is way easier and less costly than is cancer. So get your butts checked, folks. Today, I am actually trying a new prep because last year's prep was a little more challenging for me because I have a semicolon and I am missing my sigmoid colon in almost all of my rectum except for one teeny tiny little inch. And so last year, the Dulcolax Miralax prep that I did, actually the Dulcolax made me spasm quite a bit and that was very uncomfortable. So this year we are trying something new. It's called SuTab. Now, some of you may know the SuPrep, which are those bottles of liquid. Also kind of gross, and sometimes, at least for me anyway, by the time you get to that second bottle, it starts to make you feel a little nauseous. So SuTab is actually super cool because it's 2 sets of 12 pills. And so you do it in 2 phases. They actually even let you eat breakfast in the morning the day before, which is kind of unheard of with other preps. So that was really nice. Got a little breakfast in me this morning, very low residue, just some scrambled eggs and a piece of toast. It was awesome. And so this new prep, 2 bottles of 12 pills each, so 24 pills total. And this cup that is 16 ounces, and you will drink 2 of those ultimately. But we're gonna start phase 1 right now. Phase 1 is the first 12 pills, and yes, you have to take all 12 pills. I'm gonna dump them out here on my table. Now I will say they're a little larger than I was expecting, but to be honest, they're also coated, so they should go down fairly easily. And the SuTab website tells you to make sure that you discard the desiccant. This is the moisture preventer that's inside of the jar, because apparently to some people, it looks a lot like a pill and they have eaten it. Common sense is a superpower, folks. Do not eat the desiccant. All right, so here we go. First 12 pills. Let's do it. And this all has to be done within 20 minutes. So apparently I'm a really good pill taker because that only took me about 5 minutes, but it did take me 2 big cups of water. So 12 pills, 2 cups of water. You at least have to do 1 cup of water. We'll see how that goes. Who knows? I have no idea because I took them faster than 15 to 20 minutes. It might hit my system like a bomb, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. Stay tuned. Here I am back again after round 1 of the SuTab. It's been about 5 hours since I took that first dose. And I'm gonna be honest, for me, it took about 4 hours for that first dose to really kick in, which tells you you really have to pay attention to the water instructions. You're essentially supposed to drink 16 ounces of water every hour at least after you take that first set of 12 pills. So I'm about to take my next set of pills, and you can decide on your own timing. There are some parameters. You can't take your second dose before 4 hours, and you also want to take it at least 5 to 8 hours before your procedure. So for me, I'm going to try to get everything cleaned out before midnight tonight so that I can still get a decent night's sleep. But my colonoscopy is later tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. Also, you want to check with your hospital to know what your NPO is. And NPO is, when you have to stop having anything by mouth. So in my case, I can't have any water or liquid at the 4-hour mark before the procedure. So it's a bit of a juggle timing wise. So you definitely want to kind of do the math there and know what you're doing. So I'm going to take my second dose at the 5-hour mark, which is fine because I'm past the 4-hour mark, but I'm still well before my surgery and the cutoff time for water. So before I do that, I also want to share a few tips with you. So first things first, I have on my nice and loose shorts today, elastic, easy to get on and off in a hurry. And after the last round, I did have to switch to a little more protective underwear. So I'm gonna share with you some of my tips. So I switched to my Always Discreet diaper, AKA fancy, sexy underwear. That's what I call them. These are my fancy, sexy underwear because they're the little culotte brand. Love those. And then the other thing that y'all really need to get is some butt cream. This is my favorite one now because it is, it's one of the cleanest in terms of ingredients, non-toxic, kind to your butt, and also you're able to use it regularly. So this is my new favorite. It's the Babo Botanicals brand. And then you always want to have, especially if you don't have a bidet. Now, if you have a bidet, you're golden, right? Like, I really strongly believe in the power of the bidet, especially when it comes to cleaning up after all this pooping you're going to do all day long, because all that toilet paper after a while just starts to rub some things raw. So, but if you don't have that, and if you do have that, you might need them both. I do like myself a good butt wipe. So these are the Honest brand. These are the Clean Conscious wipes. Again, did a lot of homework. You know, when you use these kinds of products on a regular basis, you want to make sure that you're not putting toxic things on your tushy. So these are my non-toxic tushy tools, and you are welcome to pick these up before your colonoscopy prep because they are a godsend. You definitely want some of that butt cream. And then tonight, just in case, I'm going to put one of these on my bed, and this is just the underpads. You know, some people call them pee-pee pads. They use them for their dogs, but you know, they're also made for humans. And so I'm going to put one of these under me tonight just to be on the safe side. It was a little freaky for me to have to put on the sexy underwear again today because I haven't had to wear those in a while, but definitely would rather be safe than sorry. And in the semicolon situation, it's not as easy to hold it, especially when everything becomes liquid and you gotta get to the bathroom in a hurry. So, you know, might as well just protect yourself and, you know, dignity. Who needs that, right? All right, so I'm about to take my second round of SuTab, which means another 12 pills. And once again, I'm gonna take that, I need a little knife here. Once again, I'm gonna take that desiccant or the moisture remover out of the bottle because we don't want to swallow that. People have complications when they swallow this little thing because it's not meant to be swallowed. And then I'm going to pour my 12 more pills out on the table. I'm going to fill up my trusty cup of water. Now, last time I needed 2 cups of water, not just one. So I am going to fill up my trusty cup of water and we're going to start the second round and see how it goes. In between, I have been eating Jell-O. I have been drinking this amazing chicken broth that Doc made me. By the way, shout out to Doc because she's doing the whole liquid diet thing with me today. She also did it last year. She is just honestly the best. So not only did she make me the chicken broth from scratch, but she also is starving with me today because she's an absolute sweetheart. So anyway, just shout out to my awesome Doc. She's actually standing here waiting for me to hand her the cup so she can get me some water because she's the best. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna take these 12 pills. We're gonna see how this goes. And I'm gonna hope not to be up all night tonight. Can I say, so far, this SuTab has been awesome because other than some serious bloating, which happens no matter which prep you use, I didn't have any pain at all. No spasming, no pain, no, not even really any nausea. I mean, after you drink this much water and take this many pills, you get, you know, that little bit of icky, but not nausea to speak of. So thus far, I'm really digging the SuTab, and I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just like to let people know what I like. And this is working. So if you have a semicolon, definitely something to consider. It is a little more expensive for people, and hopefully your insurance will cover it. We were able to get at least our insurance discount on it. So we still had an out-of-pocket cost, but honestly, as far as I'm concerned, it was totally worth it. I'll take it any day of the week. Here we go, round 2. Well, good morning, everybody. I know you're dying to know how my colonoscopy prep went last night with the SuTab. So I will share. There was a period of time where I was in the bathroom for probably about an hour back to back. Still, it seemed a lot better than my previous preps. There was no massive explosion, there was no nausea, there was no spasming, no cramping, nothing like that. It all seemed pretty good. And I mentioned this morning to Doc that I wasn't even really very hungry yesterday. So, that was interesting, but maybe that was all the water. Did get on the scale, lost 1.5 pounds. So, that's what happens when you eat an all liquid diet and you're doing a colonoscopy prep. But it is not my recommended method for weight loss. So now that I'm all cleaned out from the SuTab, it's time for me to go have my colonoscopy. And we all know it's going to be clean as a whistle, right? Have a great day, everyone.